Hi, Mc Loone here with Fire Apparatus and Emergency Equipment. Welcome to this edition of our podcast. I'm going to jump right in today. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I did want to talk about a couple of things that have come up this month. One is a sort of a stopgap solution to I guess you could call it an industry-wide issue, and the other one is it's also an industry-wide issue, and it's a solution that has taken place at the state level. So first, Massachusetts. If you look at the headlines that have run, Massachusetts has signed a ban into law on PFAS in firefighter PPE. Very progressive of Massachusetts to do this. They've been at the forefront of environmental issues like this, especially when it comes to clean drinking water. And they were also at the forefront of bringing suit against some of the foam manufacturers in terms of using PFAS in the foam. And an increase in firefighter cancer there. But so if you look at the headlines, it's that Massachusetts has signed into law a ban. That's not entirely untrue, but it is an eventuality, I guess you could say. Right now, what happens is makers of protective equipment are to disclose if they use the PFAS compounds on their gear. The actual ban does not go into effect until January 1st, 2027. And you can read more about this on Fire Apparatus and Emergency Equipment. We've been on top of this, looking at this for quite some time, including I was doing a little search earlier. Robert Tutterow, our Keeping It Safe editor, our columnist, has been writing about this since 2019. So we're 5 years into this, and it has come to light. There's been there's a lot of different things out there. There are lawsuits here, laws there. There are departments that are deciding on their own to purchase a gear that does not have PFAS in it. All of these things, if they're in the interest of firefighter safety, of course we are all on board with. But make sure that you continue to do your due diligence as a fire department. Right now, what does that mean in Massachusetts? It means that if you've got gear on order right now, it will be compliant. And I shouldn't say that. If you have gear on order right now and it is going to be compliant with NFPA 1971, it will be manufactured with some of these forever chemicals in it. In order to be compliant with the standard, there has to be a certain level of UV protection. You can apparently only achieve that level of UV protection using PFAS. So if you've got it on order right now, you will be, and it is compliant with NFPA 1971. It will have PFAS. What does it mean to the rest of the country? Well, if your department hasn't heard about PFAS just yet, it will. I know, as I've just said, we've been covering it here for about 5 years. Fire engineering has also been at the forefront of this, and Firefighter Nation. We've been covering it, for these 5 years, probably a little beyond on some of the other brands. But I will say that it was not until this year that it really started to be discussed at my own fire department, and it was the result of a newspaper article that did an investigation into these chemicals, and talked about some of what's been going on in a municipal department, a major department around here. So if they haven't heard about it yet, they will. There are departments out there that are looking into purchasing turnout gear for structural firefighting that does not have the PFAS in it. Again, make sure you do your due diligence on all these things. There are companies that are manufacturing PPE that does not use PFAS. Nothing wrong with that. But you want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence, that you're doing your wear trials, that you are really putting any piece of equipment we need to put through its paces in a firefighting environment. So make sure that you are doing that, and take note if there are differences between gear with it and gear without it. It's critically important. This is your firefighter's safety that is at stake there. So make sure So make sure that you are doing that. Again, the actual ban in Massachusetts goes into effect in January 2027. Right now, if there is a requirement that the department be notified if it has been manufactured with the PFAS. Another, and I would expect, before I get into the other topic, I would expect that it's likely that other states will start to look at this seriously and really start to take the safety of their firefighters into account as well. I applaud Massachusetts for taking a step like this toward firefighter safety. It has firefighter safety in mind. As I said, everybody needs to do their due diligence, and for now, take a look at all this, make the decision that's right for your department and its firefighters. The second topic I wanted to hit on, we are, as I've said before many times, in a really rough spot. I've called it. Many people have called it unprecedented times for apparatus purchasing. The lead times are such that right now we are waiting longer to get rigs that we've ordered. If the replacement process has been ongoing, we are waiting longer, and as we wait, sometimes the rigs that are out there in frontline service right now are experiencing more frequent mechanical problems. More frequent downtime. Our technicians are working around the clock very hard to get these trucks back in service as quickly as they possibly can, so out of service time is limited. But one department in particular, Atlanta, has been in the news recently with some of its apparatus challenges. And one of the ways it has chosen to address these is it's taken some delivery of some vehicles that it was able to get a little quicker. They're calling them hybrid vehicles. There are 3 of them. They don't carry hose, but you could also consider them to be ladder tenders. They do have a full complement of ground ladders. They will be assigned. There are 3 of them. It will be hybrid truck 1, 2, and 3. They will be assigned to companies so that they can go in service if the ladder trucks go down for whatever reason. They also have some rescue equipment, both vehicle extrication wise and some technical rescue equipment, as well as EMS equipment. So that is one way that a fire department has chosen to address some of the mechanical issues that it's having, and the weight that it's having in terms of getting new rigs in, to try to have something in place that can take the place of those. Obviously, they do not have aerials on them. However, like I said, they do carry the full complement of ladders, and they can respond as truck companies. We're in some interesting times, and fire departments are finding that they have to take some interesting approaches to ensuring that they can still provide the same level of service to their customers. As well as getting in some of these newer rigs. Again, as we're waiting, we've covered it at different times. How if you look in our recent orders section every month, there are wait times of 2 to 3 years. There are a variety of ways to get around that. We've talked about the program vehicles, pumpers. I was just in a conversation recently with a chief of a South Carolina fire department that said it had bought 3 rigs very quickly because they decided to go the stock route, the more program route. They're actually hoping to get a platform soon, sort of following the same process. So there are a number of different ways out there. Make sure you're talking to your dealers, your salespeople that you've established relationships with, to find out how you can get those rigs quicker. While you're waiting for rigs, if you're going to go the fully custom route, you have to have a plan in place, and we've talked about this too on podcasts and in the magazine and online. That you have to have a plan in place to address the fact that those rigs are going to likely start requiring a little more maintenance as we go along. These are times that require us to be creative with our thinking, with our approaches. Always have data to back up whatever you are doing. We have Ricky Riley on all the time, and he is always praising his municipality and the leadership on his municipality that are allowing him to get his fleet updated as it needs. But he too has run into some of the lead times that everybody else is experiencing. So we talked to him a month or so ago about an order that they were getting ready to take delivery of that was from, I believe it was 21 or 22. So as I've said before on many occasions, none of this is to say that is to go after the manufacturers. They are all working very hard to dig in to the backlog to get things down to a more manageable level. It's just going to take time because as we've seen, there was the pandemic, which created some supply chain issues, which made it difficult for the some of the rigs being built at that time. And as soon as we came out of the pandemic, there was this pent up demand, and we were still trying to play catch up. So we're getting there. We're getting there. But in December, in a few months, I'll be writing our annual outlook on that. And for sure, that is going to be one of the questions I ask our apparatus manufacturers. So, again, this has been Chris Mc Loone, a quick one for you. Wanted to hit that PFAS law. Just wanted to make sure everybody understands. When you're looking at that, yes, the headlines say they banned PFAS, but that ban actually is 2.5 years away, two and a quarter years away, as we sit here right now. So, just wanted to make sure there was that distinction. Do I expect other states to follow suit? I would think that some of the more progressive states already, I believe that Connecticut does have some similar legislation either in process or already in place to address these things. Maybe not on the PPE side, but certainly on the general, I would say, general environmental side of the coin there. So, again, this has been Chris Mc Loone. If there are any topics that we have not hit on yet that you'd like to see us talk about, please let me know. It's chris.mcloone@clarionevents.com. To view all of our archived podcasts, they are all on our website at fireapparatusmagazine.com/podcasts. But if you are subscribing to them either on YouTube or Spotify or iHeartRadio or Apple Podcasts, you will certainly find them. You will certainly find them there, and you'll be notified as soon as we upload them. So, again, boy, we're getting to the end of August here. School's going to be beginning again. Watch out for those school buses, and watch out for the school zones, even when you are responding. Let us know if we can do anything, if there are podcasts you'd like to see us cover. And we look forward to continuing to deliver the great content that we have been. So again, this has been Chris Mc Loone at Fire Apparatus and Emergency Equipment. Have a good one and stay safe.